But Steve went in.
Staggering 5.4% improvement over the 3060 Ti.
4060 Ti is 5% faster than its predecessor after 2 or 2.5 years of waiting. Let's go.
This is actually like, this is actually unbelievable. Like bad. We were worried for the first half of this review, but that worry has been quelled. They've done it. They've made the worst $400 generational improvement ever to launch in this industry.
Can't wait for AMD to completely blow this opportunity. Bro, I'm sad that this guy is speaking the truth. Thank you. Thank you, Nvidia, for keeping my 3060 Ti resale value high while I switched to AMD. I had to comment this. Please overclock the 3060 Ti, Steve. We want to see it. Steve also did a speedrun teardown video of the RTX 4060 Ti. I pulled that card apart faster than my disappointment at the performance set in. The teardown of this 4050 was pretty nice, and I would have to agree. Wow, this RTX 4050 is looking really solid. A credible efficiency at a great value of $250. I was scared when Linus posted a title like this and a thumbnail like that he was about to have a brain dead take, but we're gonna save brain dead takes for later in this video. Sorry, Phil.
I, for one, think we should be grateful to Nvidia for the 4060 Ti. I mean, sure, we've waited over a year for a card that's only 10% faster in rasterized games, and sure, they didn't upgrade the 8 gigs of VRAM from last gen, but at least they didn't downgrade it like they did with the memory bus. And besides, it's just $100 more if you want the other 8 gigs.
Oh my god, another $100 for 8 more gigs of this garbage. Just said thank you, Nvidia, for making this review so easy to make. Congrats, Nvidia. After a successful unlaunch of the 4080 12GB, you more than made up for it by re-releasing the 3060 Ti. I went to Nvidia's website to see the page for the 4060 Ti launch, the 4060 family, and it's not even on their main page, and the graphics card just launched today. Oh my god, dude. Where is it? I don't know if they're trying to hide this on purpose or what. What's really funny though is the GTX 1060 in 2016 was marketed hard at high quality 1080p gaming, yet in 2023, for a $400 graphics card, they have the nerve to put 8GB of VRAM in it and claim that this card, at near double the price of what the 1060 launched for, yes, inflation and stuff, but that they're claiming that it's a 1080p graphics card. That is because they artificially capped themselves with the 128-bit bus. Just, oh man, I just want to imagine if this would have been a good product with the 256-bit bus, but they just had to save every penny to make this card garbage.
So there you have it. As far as buying advice goes, as I've already said, absolutely do not buy this thing for $400 US. It is laughably bad at that price.
He's got a good point. Let's go, Steve's.
Look, if it had 16GB of VRAM for $400 US, then I think it would be okay. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, of course.
But Steve just said is that if it had 16GB, which I think personally as well should have been the only model of card, which would, it still feels awful that they still give you a 128-bit bus when that is the thing that's throttling this card's performance. That is the bus width of an extreme budget card. Not a card you're paying $400 for. You know, a PS5 is $500. Oh my god, dude, the throw of the century. I feel like your titling of laughably bad indicates the same problem that we had. Running out of short, clear phrases to illustrate the badness of the product. We can go into our title without repeating ourselves. 4060 Ti does win an award from one of the most brutal GPU reviews ever. Steve's went in on this thing. But Daniel Owen, like, man, like, he didn't even go like hard on it, but well, he put the thumbnail of his video of the 3060 Ti versus the 4060 Ti. Skipped generation.
Pushing near to 70 FPS, and 3060 Ti has broken the 60 FPS line, but I think most people would honestly have trouble telling which GPU was in their system if they had a blind test between the two.
Most people would struggle to tell what GPU is in their system. Oh my dude, Nvidia messed up so bad. And that is exactly why a situation like this had to happen. I was late on this news and I saw later that Jay uploaded this, my response to our failed 4060 Ti review, which is now taken down. There should be another video in this gap here, but that doesn't exist. They had to take it down because it was so tone deaf or just incorrect. But I'm just gonna say, like, no offense to Phil, because I don't think he knows as much about the GPU market. The problem with this card and the value with it is it's barely anything on the last generation. They give you the same VRAM for the same price, barely an improvement, and in some cases the 3060 Ti beats it. I don't think Phil is completely aware of that. He was looking, let me show you some clips.
Now the interesting thing is, the 6750 XT at $419 MSRP right now is only 20 bucks more than the 4060 Ti's launch price. It was about 5% slower across the board.
He said the 6750 XT with 12 gigs of VRAM instead of 8 and a faster bus was 5% slower. When the card, if you buy it brand new, is cheaper. But this isn't the deal that we should actually be looking at. He was comparing the 6750 XT because it was closer in performance, but that isn't the best deal on the market. The best deal is the 6700 XT, which you can get for $320. And if you want to compare the 6700 XT performance wise, it's not that far away from the 6750 XT. It's probably like 15% slower than the 4060 Ti. So its 12 gigabyte VRAM buffer and its faster bus width is going to improve its performance as it goes up in resolution. So it actually might get closer than you would think.
If you're like pretty much every other gamer on the Steam survey and are moving from a 1060 or any other card that's lower than a 20 series class, this card is going to be a dope $400 that you can spend that's going to last you a few years at least.
And then he also just said that this thing is going to last you a few years when 1080p is already a problem for 8 gigabytes of VRAM.
DLSS 3 features like frame generation, yet a lot of the ones that are focusing more on
But like you can just tell like Phil just doesn't know everything. He's ignorant. He's saying DLSS 3 features like frame generation. DLSS 3 is only frame generation. That's all it is. So wording just shows like he doesn't fully know what he's talking about. What I'm saying to this review and this kind of drama that happened, they shouldn't have even uploaded this. And Jay should have watched this video before it came out. I mean, like what, it takes 15 minutes to watch the video. I mean, I know Jay's recovering from a surgery, but he should have watched a GPU review, especially one of the most popular tiers of GPUs that are gonna be out there. And he saw the specs beforehand. Thinking that this wasn't gonna be a controversial review is kind of, you know, he should have watched this.
having a 60 tier card with these new frame gen technologies is actually really impressive because it allows you to mess around with those settings, just crank the fidelity as high as you want.
What Phil's actually doing here is defending the 4060 Ti being sold on its features instead of its performance uplift. And then just wait what he says later, man. Oh my God.
So in closing, if you can pick one up at MSRP, I'm really hoping that that like this launch doesn't suck. If you guys can pick one up for close to MSRP, I think it's gonna be an amazing card. And I feel like it has the potential to be the new 1060 that everyone kind of holds on to for forever because it was just punching above its weight. It's got a solid mix of features and performance.
He just said that he thinks it might be able to be the new GTX 1060. Yeah, Jay should have watched this video, man. But the reason people hold on to 1060 nowadays is because it actually had significant performance increases generation on generation. Look at the 960, and you finally get to the 1060 6 gigabyte model that is 72% faster than the last generation. I'm sorry, but I don't know what Phil was smoking, bro. I am aware that the 1066 gigabyte was $100 more than the 960. So if we go price to price, we'd look at the 1063 gigabyte model, which did actually launch at $200 MSRP. The 960 was, what, 35% slower than the 1063 gigabyte. That is the type of generation on generation performance increase that you want to see. And this is hilarious. The GTX 1060 from 2016 had a 192-bit bus. Bro, what went wrong? So watching reviews today, reading comments has been some of the best time in PC gaming history ever. We can all just collectively shit on Nvidia. And I love it, okay? It is so easy to hate them right now. And I don't recommend that you buy this RTX 4060 Ti 8GB, and then them trying to charge another $100 for the 16 gig one is just like, bro, they are tripping. This card is probably gonna launch worse than the RTX 4070. And that was a record for how bad that launch went. The only reason I could see you maybe getting a 4060 Ti is just like your time is run out anyways, and you need to upgrade regardless. And even with that, there's just better options. There's a 6700 XT, 6750 XT. If you were gonna get the 16GB 4060 Ti, which is already a mistake, there's 6800s and 6800 XTs out there. 6800 XTs. 6800 XTs just dropped to $500. Dude, this is going to embarrass them. Oh my God. Nvidia messed up. All right, have a good one, guys. Don't buy this card. There's really no reason to buy it. Like, I'm serious.